Good morning, brothers. Welcome to A Brown Bag Gentleman. My name is Scott, and this week I'm on vacation, well, staycation, because I'm home, starting my remodel for the master bath, which is the other bathroom. So yeah, I'll be busy with that this week. But I figured since I'm home, I'm gonna shave every day because I do enjoy the shaving. I enjoy it because I have the good equipment and the good soaps, and it's enjoyable. So that's what I hope the point is, that you get to a point where you actually find shaving enjoyable. And what we're gonna do this week is we're gonna do a little throwback. You can see this is my cigar box full of Gillette razors. So these are various Gillette razors, and I'm gonna go through a type every day that I have. I got like 4 days worth of types of razors. Yes, I've got a few because I've got repetitive types, just different versions of certain razors. For example, we're going to do today. We're going to start with tech razors. So I'm going to take out my 3 tech razors. 1, 2, 3. Put this box down. Okay, there's that. Put this away. Close that box. There we go. So okay, got that box to the side. Now it's just a cigar box. These are my 3 tech razors. So let's go over these. Oops, I had these all apart because I was looking for date codes earlier and what have you. I actually spent the last 15 minutes or so watching and rewatching a couple times probably the date code video from Matt Plasarczyk over at Razor Emporium. If you just put in Gillette date codes, if you do a Google search for that, his is the first one that comes up for Razor Emporium. And really, it's the one it's a good go-to for trying to date your razors. But these are 3 different. Let me see if I can show them. I want you to see the handles. So these are the 3 different ones I have. 2 are gold. You have very thin gold. So these type of things you don't want to polish these too. With like polish, because you'll polish the gold right off. It's so thin. But here we go. So these are what I have. I'm trying to think which one's the oldest one. Well, I'm not sure. Anything without a date code is 1931 to 1951. All 3 of these, none of them have date codes, but we have some ideas. This is my basic original tech, and it's the most well-worn handle, that type of thing. This one is the very first one Gillette vintage razor that I bought. Found it at my local antique store, and so I picked it up because I was intrigued in vintage Gillettes and seeing all the hoopla and everything on all the different various places you can buy these. so this is. They say, so this is this tech, even though I don't have date code on this one, the techs were 47 to 51 for this particular style, based on that handle. Now, the gold one here, so this is a ball end tech. This one, I didn't see anything specific on ball ends when he was talking about it in his video. And the nearest I can figure, it's kind of the same thing as 31 to 51. Don't really know when that was in that time frame when this was done. Now this one is different. This one we had some more information on. This is probably the oldest tech razor I have. You notice it's got the open comb bar ends where these others 2 do not. These other 2 are what I call solid bar or closed comb. Either term is used. But this one, it's got the teeth, so it's open comb. And this one dates back to the 30s. They call this the bar end tech. There was the fancier version which had sort of a ballish end to it. Not quite like the ball end that we all kind of know and love of these vintage Gillettes. But this is called the bar end tech. So that's what this is. And of course it's an open comb. Matt Plasarczyk did have a kind of an interesting comment about this stem from when they were attempting to put basically tooth guards on a straight razor. So, and then to help, make it a little bit less, less aggressive, I guess. So this way is the bar, and we all know in today's modern razors, an open comb is a little bit more aggressive than the solid bar, given the same gap and exposure of the blades. So given that, so these are the 3 that I have. Today I'm going to shave with this one. So I am going to shave with the oldest one because I just like it. I do find it a little more aggressive, and my face dislikes a little bit more aggressiveness than the Gillette's can often offer. These 2 are so mild. I never shave with these. These are, and yes, I've got a mess of them. And what am I going to do with them? Well, eventually, after a while here, I'm going to get one of those box frames, and I'm going to probably just kind of have a nice little decoration for them in my shaved in. So that's what my future plans are. So that's it's something I'm saving for now. I still have to get a new type, and then I guess they technically call this a new type bar end, but it's the more the later versions of the new type. Still a textile razor, and that's why I'm including it in those three. So yes, we're gonna use that today, but let me pause and wash the face, and I'll be right back. Okay guys, I am back. I've washed the face, you can see the wet shirt here and all that. And I tried to get my old vintage like soaking mug and for the brush and the old lathering mug and all that stuff too, but they're in storage in a box right now, I think downstairs. So yeah, because everything's out of the other bathroom. So yeah, I don't have access to that, easy access anyway. So I just used a regular modern coffee cup out of my cabinet there. Just dumping that water in the sink to soak my sterling boar's hair brush. I thought boar's hair was kind of appropriate. Boar's hair was my first brush, and I will tell you, this thing is so stiff and coarse that way that I don't lather on the face with this. I bowl lather this, so I basically whip it up in my current little crockery pottery bowl that I got here at a local Sanford, North Carolina artisan. That's made here locally. So yeah, that's what I got. And so I whipped that up, but I'm gonna brush this on. So you're not gonna see me like scrub this in. That's not gonna happen because I will rip my face up if I do that. So light touch. It's not like the boar. Oh, sorry, not boar. Badger. It's not like the badger, which is a lot softer. This is kind of coarse. So yeah, we're gonna what they call painting. So instead of like all this swirl, we're not gonna, I'm doing this very light because I won't like scrub it in to like exfoliate my face. I'm not gonna do that. So I'm just painting it on. And for this, it works quite well. And of course, being a little bit stiffer brush, it kind of agitates, I think, a little bit better too to whip up the soap. So that part's kind of nice. And now, okay, so I've got the soap on, but now we need to put a razor in this. So let me bend down and get a razor here out of the drawer. Here we go. Whoops. Here we go. Yep. Gillette Silver Blue I'm reaching for. My favorite blade. Haven't found a blade I like better yet. This was the owner of, let's see what company told me about these blades. Charcoal Goods. When he was still making his razors, he recommended this blade, and yes, I haven't got this. He was absolutely right. It's a wonderful blade. So yeah, I first started it in that razor, but then tried it in other razors, and yes, it's to this day is my current favorite blade still. It's been 2-3 years running probably now. Okay, there we go. The blade is in there. See, the blade's in there. Just sits. It's got a bar. It sits in there across and that thing. And Matt was talking about all the various shapes you see in the cut out of the blade, just to point that out. It's like they were trying to get like specific for just Gillette style razor. You had to get a Gillette razor type of thing, and that's why even to this day, because these blades will still fit some of those old vintage razors. And there's a couple that I don't have yet, but yeah, and the old type is one of the ones I want to get. Okay, that's snugged on there. Okay, and there's not a super lot of gap and exposure. It's kind of normal. Warm it up here in the sink and pass one. And yes, it is just one day's growth because today's Monday and I did shave on Sunday. So, and of course this week it's all going to be one day's growth. On vacation I actually do enjoy. Yes, I've got work to do in that remodel, but I'm going to take the time to enjoy this. Enjoy my shaves. And the handle it's a hollow handle, so it's not a really overly heavy razor by any means. In the gold, see, it's it's scratched. If you looked at it real close, yeah, it's got. But of course, it's old. It's what did we say that was from? That's from the 30s, and it's so that's 70, 80, 90-ish years old. Still to have its original finish, yeah, I'm impressed. And of course, if you're going to buy a vintage razor like off of eBay or someplace, Etsy, wherever you're going to get it, I've gotten some off of both. You can always send it away to Razor Emporium, and they can like make sure it's all tuned up and everything's all the teeth are straight, that type of thing, and they can replate it for you as well, so it look gorgeous when it gets back. I haven't got any of those done for myself. I've actually had them done for other people, but I haven't got one for myself, so yeah, I'm itching to give that a shot. Okay, the past one is good. Let's paint on some cream here for pass 2. And because I'm shaving daily, well, no, I could probably come in on a second pass on my nose here today. I'm thinking it's okay. We'll give that a shot. I think I only did 1 pass yesterday, come to think of it. So I'll do 2 passes today. And the more you paint on them, the thicker it gets. You see some of the guys that can really put on super thick, and I want it functional. I'm glad to know that you can build up the leather, but yeah, I get it working like this is a workable leather, and I'm done. I don't have the patience to build up a super thick leather. But there we go. Pass 2. Now across the grain. And that looked kind of cool with those, you know, just the filling of the leather and behind the teeth here. That was kind of cool looking. Super light, I'll probably use my nose, but yep, did a great job. Got in there good. Okay, this is going well. Got today's agenda for my remodel. I'm going to paint the ceiling. I'm going to fill in, I got some spackle here to fill it. I just got a very small container because I did, when I first started scraping up the wallpaper, if you watch my wallpaper removal video, you'll notice, yeah, my very first attempts, I got in there and I dug a little bit, so I created a couple of spots. Easy to fix. I'll just, a couple of layers of that spackle in there, you know, and smooth it out with 30 seconds of sandpaper type of thing, and done. It'll be good. But I also have to take the mirror down today. So of course, taking the mirror down, it's just a big old plate mirror. It's like 5 feet wide and 3 feet tall. It's a big plate mirror. That's coming. I'm going to probably smash that with a hammer and get that into pieces to throw it in the trash can. And then I got to fill those holes with the screws for the little holders to hold that piece of glass that were in. There's like 4 of those, so I got to fill those in too. So that's gonna today's job. So get a coat of paint on the ceiling. Do that. And I'm gonna, probably, I might even cut out the floor because there is a spot of floor that I have to remove. I did test it. My stepdad, retired plumber, said put just a screw in there, like a drywall screw, coarse thread screw in there, and if you can pull it out, it means you got to replace it. And yeah, I put it in and I pulled it right out with my hand. So yeah, but I know the area because I kind of tested around how punky it was, and probably got like a foot-ish. Maybe a little bit more width, and I'll probably go, to be generous, I'll probably go like 18 to 20 inches long. And I'm going to double check it, of course, we're testing it as well, again, just to make sure. And that'll be the end of today's work. So starting on that, so get the painting first, because I want to paint before the floor goes in. And of course, you just gotta take time for the paint to dry and all that. So it's going to be, probably Wednesday, Thursday before I get to the floor. Floor is just a one-day job. It's just a, bathroom. If I had like a full room, then that's like a little over a day for me, maybe 2 days, but, trim it out and everything. But for just a bathroom, just laying the floor, it'll be done in a day. So that's, if I can get through to that piece of it this week, that would be good, after painting and everything too. So I'd be happy with that much, but we'll see how far I can get with this. Let's see what this week off. We're going to see. Pass 3 is against the grain. Now, for those of you who do like just a tick more aggression in your razors, especially you got a little bit of whiteness in your beard and what have you, yeah, I can tell you this razor works really well. Light touch. I think I've read too that the older Gillette razors were more aggressive, so I'm really interested in getting that Gillette old type. I am very much intrigued with getting one of those one day. Nice, 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 nice. Stretch out the neck. So whether you are a relatively new shaver or a seasoned shaver with DE razors, you might find it intriguing to go on Razor Emporium website and even just watching this video talking about the day codes, because it kind of goes over the different models. So it's interesting to see the different ones that Gillette made. If you're like me and you remember your father and your grandfather with their Gillette razors, usually a tech or a flare tip. I think my grandfather had a flare tip, last razor that I remember him having. That was, of course, decades old, and last time I had seen him, and I remember seeing that on the sink, and yeah, it just kind of brings back those memories. Unfortunately, I didn't get that razor. I wasn't into them then, so I don't know whatever happened to that razor. But if I ever come across it, we'll see what my uncles do, do what they have. So if they ever come up with something, we'll see. There we go. But let me pause and wash up. I'll be right back. Okay, guys, I am back. And yes, I just wiped the face off with a warm washcloth. Turning the cold water on in the tap now in the sink. So as my usual, 2 splashes of cold water here to help close up the pores. That's running nice and cold. So let me do that for the 2 splashes cold water. There. And today I'm going to do something different. I'm not going to use the Allen block. I know. It's amazing. So just draw my face. And truthfully too, starting out, you don't need to start with an Allen block. I recommend it, because especially when you're starting out, you're more apt to cut yourself with it until you learn to do the light touch. But with that, so now I'm just going to go straight to aftershave. And of course, we have the matching aftershave to Tabac. So we have the Tabac soap here. There's the soap, we whipped it up. And of course, it's a porcelain type, glass type container. And of course, it has a little plastic lid that sits on it. It doesn't seal, but it just kind of sits on there. And the Tabac aftershave, similar type glass bottle. Unique, and people either love Tabac or they hate it. There doesn't seem to be any in between. I personally love it. It's a vintage scent. It was established in 1959. So yeah, I have a fondness for this. I get a kick out of just using something that's been around this long. So yeah. So if you like, Barbary, type scents, whatever too, I think you'd like Tabac. Yeah, if you like barbershop scents, especially some of the more modern barbershop scents that I've been out there, smelling that are not panades. Oh yeah, yes, I do definitely enjoy that. So with that, so that's today's shave, and tomorrow let me open up the cigar box here. Tomorrow, yeah, we're looking at doing some of the butterfly open door, open comb, or the twist to open type razors. We're going to look at those tomorrow. And basically talking about the different color tips. But that's tomorrow's shave. So Stay tuned for tomorrow for that one. But I hope you enjoyed today's shave with a vintage Gillette textile razor. And with that, go with God.